I'm Detective Diaz from the Cleveland Police Homicide Unit. If we could just go around the room and introduce ourselves.
Jeff Fulmer with CPPA.
Frank Garmback, patrolman.
Henry Hilo, CPPA lawyer.
Ron Tim, homicide unit.
Rob Tucker, Internal Affairs.
All right, Officer Garmback, badge is 1582, correct?
Correct.
All right, you're being ordered to this interview pursuant to the orders of Chief of Police and the established principles of Garrity versus New Jersey. What we would ask from you is to give us an accurate account of the events that occurred on Saturday, November 22nd, 2014 at 1910 West Boulevard, which is the Cadell Recreation Center. Just start off with, what time you started working that day, and
Okay.
we'll go from there.
I started at 15:30 hours.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, 14:30 hours.
Okay.
Roll call. I'm in B platoon on Adam 125. Adam 25.
Okay.
We had roll call. We went out to the zone car. Fueled it up. Radio then gave us an assignment for an alarm on 102 in Lorraine, St. Ignatius Church.
Okay.
Okay.
Now this day you're driving or riding?
This day I am driving.
Okay, and who are you working with?
I am an FTO, and I was working with probationary officer Timothy Lohman.
Okay.
Okay. We come out of roll call, get into the car, go get air in a tire. That's when the radio gives us the code 2 alarm at St. Ignatius Church. I think general motion. We proceed to go down there. When we arrive, there are 3 individuals outside the church in like a plumbing van.
Okay.
They said they accidentally set off the alarm because there's a key box. They got in there, they didn't know the alarm was set. I asked them for their identification. We got the one gentleman's ID because the other ones had him in a separate car on the other side of the street. As we were there, the father of the church, the pastor, father, reverend, came up to us. He lives right there. He didn't have his ID on him. I asked him, these guys okay? He said he identified himself as such and such. He didn't have his ID on him, so I asked him if he could turn off the alarm to show me that he had access to the church. He gained entry with the key, went in there, disarmed the alarm. At that point, we were good, just finishing up, walking out, got into our zone car. We're ready to punch in our duty. At that time, radio called out for any car that can break for a code 1, male with a gun, waving at people at Cadell Rec, sitting on the swings.
Okay.
So I told my rookie partner, I said, take the assignment. I mean, we're right here. They give him the assignment for 1910 West Boulevard, male with a gun, waving at people, black male, camouflage hat, gray jacket, black sleeves, and at this point I'm not sure if they said pants or not, what color pants.
Okay.
Okay, I tell them, okay, we take it. We start, as we proceed there, we're just getting ready to leave the parking lot of the church. Adam 26 says, that's our zone, we'll handle it. So I said, okay, tell them we'll back them up. Okay, so we pull out a driveway, we go eastbound on Lorraine to West Boulevard, which is like a 100 feet.
Right.
Eastbound, and I go northbound on West Boulevard.
Driving, no lights and sirens?
No, I had lights.
Okay.
I had to get through some intersections because there's a male with a gun. So we're heading northbound on West Boulevard. I have my lights on, going through a couple intersections between Lorraine and Madison. I'm explaining to my partner, I'm giving him a scenario. I tell him, this is a gun run. What would you do in a gun run? He starts going out, well, I'd get out of the car. I'd be in a certain stance, and I stopped him at that point. I said, this is a gun run. Be prepared for the worst case scenario. I tell him, have your gun unholstered already on your lap. Okay. He says, okay. And then, so as we're still proceeding northbound on West Boulevard, I explained to him that we're gonna go in through the back way because it puts us right by the swings.
Okay.
Okay,
And the back
way is like West 100 by the fire station.
Okay.
So as we get to Madison Avenue, I go eastbound on Madison to West 100, and I go northbound.
Okay.
As I turn on northbound onto West 100, You can, it's a clear shot into the park. I can see that there's nobody on the swing. I can see somebody in the pavilion. Can't make out anything until I get closer.
Pavilion is the gazebo area that's
Yes,
higher.
yes,
Okay.
yes. It's right next to the swing. It's almost adjacent to it.
Okay.
As I get closer to the dead end, there's a sidewalk. You can go right up into the park. As I get up into that sidewalk, I can see the camouflage hat. I can see the gray coat and black sleeves. I said, there's the guy. So I start going up that way. I can see the guy stand up. He starts coming. He went like westbound for a few steps out of the pavilion, and he started proceeding northbound, like he's gonna run. So I drive the zone car through the grass and up and over, and as I'm driving through there, following, I keep telling my rookie, I go, he's gonna run, he's gonna run. Be prepared, he's gonna run. As I get closer and closer, the kid stops and turns and faces us. At this time, I can hear Patrolman Lohman yelling, show me your hands, show me your hands, show me your hands. I can see through here the kid reaching, pulling.
Take your time.
I didn't know it was a kid. I could see him pulling the gun out of his waistband. I don't know if I was in the car or out of the car. I can still see him through the window. I hear 2 shots.
How many shots?
I think 2.
2. Okay.
I then run around the car. I can see the suspect down, and I can see right by him. There's like a handgun, a foot or 2 away from his hand. I go running up to it. I kick the gun out of the way. I'm letting dispatch know that we have a male down, gunshot wound. We need EMS. We need a boss. At this time, I can see Patrolman Lohman, my partner, behind the car. He says foot. I ask him if he's been hit. He says no. He thinks he just twisted his ankle. I'm still looking at this kid. He's reaching still. We're telling him, show me your hands. Show me your hands. I know I kicked a gun away, but I'm not sure what he's still doing. And then he lifts his shirt up, and I think he went to show me his wound.
Okay.
Okay. At this time, I hear yelling and screaming coming from behind me. I look, and it's a girl coming out of Cadell Rec. She's saying, you shot my brother, you shot my brother. So at this time, I know there's nothing on this kid. He's just laying there with no weapon. The weapon's far away from him. I go over to stop this girl from coming over here by him. I don't want her to see him. I don't want nothing going on over here. I try to grab her, and she slides to the ground. Meantime, Patrolman Lohman comes over by me, and an off-duty comes out of Cadell Rec. I said, if you can handle her, put her in cuffs, put her in my car. I went back over to the suspect. I kept asking radio, speed him up, you know.
Meaning the EMS?
Yes, yes. I kept asking for it several times. At this time, I think it's Detective Lenz, and when I find out now, it was an FBI agent. Pulled up on scene. I think they were actually the first car on scene besides us.
Okay.
He comes out, he tells me he's a paramedic. Does anyone have any gloves? I pull out.
The FBI agent?
Yes.
Okay.
I pull out 2 latex gloves, hand it to him. He starts doing some first aid, checking airways and all this other stuff. He's asking me, did you call EMS? I said, yeah, and I even went over cross radio one more time. I go, can you speed him up? We need it, we need him now. I even told him, I go, send fire. Fire's right there. I can see the police, I can see the fire station. It's right there across the street. And it seemed like forever for him to get there. While he's doing this, the kid's airways not doing real good. He tells me I have to put on a glove and put pressure here. I put on a glove, I'm putting pressure there, applying pressure. He's talking to the kid's looking at him, he's not saying much.
Is he saying anything?
No, nothing at all.
That you recall? Okay.
No, he's maybe moans.
Okay.
I can see that it's not looking good. I'm applying pressure. We got to roll him. We roll him. We checking for exit wounds. There's no exit wounds. We roll him back. He's asking, FBI agent's asking if we have any blankets, any pads, anything in our car. I tell him, no, we don't. We have nothing. I get on radio, I'm telling them, speed it up, speed it up. And they don't. I mean, it don't seem nothing's going on. Hold on.
Take your time.
I can see this kid's eyes rolling in the back of his head. He's barely breathing, and there's no rescue squad there. Finally, I'm holding it. Fire comes up. They're walking so slow. Other units who are on scene tell them to speed it up, get over there. They still walk slow. I'm holding pressure till they get whatever they got to get on. They get gloves. They got a pad. They take my position. They put the pad and they're putting pressure on her. At that time, I step back, remove my glove, throw it in the garbage. I step back from the crime scene. I didn't know what else to do. I mean, there's nothing else I could have done.
All right, when you're coming down 100th Street and you get to the park and you see him, are your lights still on?
My lights are not on.
Okay. At what point do you turn them off?
I turn them off as I'm probably making the turn from West Boulevard to get to Madison.
Okay.
Because I like to catch perps.
Okay.
Suspects. I like to catch them, and if I go lights and sirens, they hear me,
Right.
and they're not on scene anymore.
All right, so if
Especially with the mail.
I believe I'm familiar with the area, but 100th Street kind of dead ends into the park.
Correct.
So when you get to the end, you don't have to worry about traffic, so your lights go off.
Right.
And you also want to have the element of surprise when you get
Right.
there. So your lights are off. You're obviously in a marked police car.
Correct.
The lights and sirens on top, but you turn the lights off.
Correct.
All right. How were you dressed that day?
I was dressed in full Class B uniform, my outer vest carrier, long sleeve shirt, long sleeve police issue shirts,
CPD patches on it.
CPD patches, my badge, full duty holster.
Okay. What, as far as weapons that day, what did you have? Your city issued firearm?
City issue firearm, city issue taser, my pepper spray. Those are the weapons I had.
Any secondary guns?
No.
No secondary guns. Okay. All right. You said when you pulled in the parking lot, you guys can see. When you pull in the park, you can see the guy.
As I get up onto the sidewalk, I can see the guy that matched the description, not on the swings like they said, but in the pavilion.
Okay.
The gazebo pavilion.
And as you got closer, you said that your partner starts yelling out to the guy, "Show me your hands."
I'm driving up there. I'm at this point, I'm even with the swings coming in there. This is when the gentleman gets up off the bench and starts walking.
Okay.
I tell him, he's gonna run. And then it's like 10 seconds later, he's yelling out to him, "Show me your hands, show me your hands, show me your hands."
When your partner's yelling, do you know what he's doing? Can you see if the door's open? Is he yelling out the window?
No, I believe the door's open.
Okay.
I mean, the car, we tried to stop it and it's sliding.
Mhm.
You know,
So the conditions that day, it had snowed the night before?
it snowed the
It was
night
pretty-
before, but we're on grass, leaves.
Mhm.
It's wet.
How about when you get in the park area, what is the lighting like?
Lighting's perfect daylight.
Okay.
You couldn't ask
This
for.
is 3:30 in the afternoon?
Yes, sir.
So you got a good view of this kid?
Yes.
Okay. The weapon that you eventually kicked away, what did that look like?
It looked like a 45,
What color?
black.
And you said that you believe you heard 2 shots fired by
I
your
believe
partner.
it was 2.
At any time did you fire your weapon?
No, sir. I did have it out in the car, and as I was exiting the car, until I came around and saw that there was no threat anymore, I holstered my weapon.
Okay. Now, when radio gives the assignment out to you, do you recall exactly what they said? The Code 1 assignment?
Code 1 came across as male at Cadell Park, I believe it's male at Cadell Park, camo hat, gray jacket, black sleeves, waving a gun at people.
Did they give an age of the male?
No.
Okay. And they said a black male?
Yes.
Okay. Did they ever come back with any other information en route?
That was it.
Okay. Were you injured at all during this?
No, sir.
Any exposure to blood? You had gloves on?
I had gloves on. There was none.
None. And I believe you already covered it, but you don't recall him saying anything while you guys were trying to treat him? He's just moaning, he's in obvious
He
pain.
didn't say nothing. I didn't hear
Okay.
nothing. It was just moans.
Do you recall seeing anyone else outside when you guys were pulling in?
No, there was nobody.
Nobody else outside
This-
but that
this
one
is-
person? Okay.
First off, what's your appointment date?
February 25th, 2008.
Any prior service anywhere?
No, sir.
How long have you been in FTO?
Since this new program started, I believe March or April.
How many probationary officers have you trained?
This is my fourth one.
Okay. And Officer Lohman, how long has he been assigned with you?
Since October 6th.
Okay. So you guys have the same days on,
Yes.
same days off, so
Same
you're
week,
constantly working together?
Yes.
Okay. Does your car have an EVO?
Yes, sir.
And then how about cameras? Did it have dash camera,
We don't have dash cams.
body cameras?
No body cams.
Any personal
No,
cameras?
sir.
All right, so no recordings or nothing?
No, sir.
You made a comment when we did the walkthrough, one of the reasons why you came up 100th. Why was that?
It's 9 times out of 10, if somebody's doing something wrong in that park, they exit the park southbound on 100. That's the quickest way out because they believe police cars are coming through West Boulevard because that's the parking lot. So I came in that way, element of surprise. I mean,
So from prior experience,
Oh, yeah.
you know that that's the escape route that,
everyone runs
okay.
southbound.
Right. When we started this, you said the broadcast came over for any car.
Any car.
You guys answered up, and then one Adam 26 answered up.
Correct.
Okay. Do you know where they were coming from?
Yeah, 150-ish in Lorraine.
Okay.
They were assisting another car in a domestic.
And how far is that from where you guys were? From the park itself?
Couple miles.
How many minutes?
Lights and sirens, maybe 5, 6, depends on the traffic.
Okay. And then when you're coming up 100th, you see the guy in the pavilion who said that he got up. And
Yes.
he appeared that he was gonna run.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that why you continued?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
When you were pulling up, did you see anything at all on the table?
No, sir.
Okay, sorry.
So as you're pulling up on this suspect there, and he gets up, you think he's gonna run. Do you have a constant vision of him? A
I
constant?
can see him as I'm driving this way. I can still see him. He's not that far of an angle from my car. He's not between the posts. So he's still within my windshield until I hit the brakes. And I'm sliding. I can still see him. I'm trying to maintain control of the car. And then because I keep hearing Tim yelling, "Show me your hands, show me your hands, show me your hands." So I'm not really focused on the front of the car at this time. When I hear yell, "Show me your hands," I know something's going on.
Is it a wide open area, or is there barriers that you have to avoid hitting?
No, it's wide open. I mean, you get the pavilion and I don't know, 15, 20 feet to the west of us
Okay.
are barriers.
So
So-
are you saying you had constant vision of him, or were you glancing?
No,
back and
when Tim started yelling, "Show me your hands, show me your hands," I'm watching him and hitting my brakes.
forth? Okay. What happens with the car?
The car slides.
Okay.
Prob-
Do the anti-lock brakes kick in?
They're pulsating. They're
Okay,
just
so you can feel that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And Detective Diaz did ask you whether the door was open or the window was down?
I believe Tim already had the door cracked. He had it open.
Okay. But the window was up.
I don't recall.
The condition though, when we arrived on scene, the condition of your own car was the way you left it when you got out.
Yes.
Okay, you didn't go back into the car?
I did not go back into the
Turn
car.
off the engine,
No, I
roll up the
left
windows, anything?
everything at what it was. Even when we put the female in the back of the car, because I knew this is a crime scene. I knew not to move anything.
Okay.
So we left the car just like it is. They may have rolled the window down for her,
The
the
back
back
window?
windows.
Okay,
for air. She was
Okay.
complaining,
all right.
but I did not touch anything else on that car.
So then as he gets up, moves northbound,
Yes, sir.
and then turns back to come westbound towards where you guys are?
He just, he got up, turned westbound to walk a few steps and then go northbound. As we're pulling up, he's still going northbound.
Did you see his hands at this point?
At his hands were down. As we get closer and closer, he turns. And Tim is yelling, "Show me your hands, show me your hands, show me your hands." I don't know, 4 or 5 times. Just kept going over. And that really got my attention. So now I'm looking at him. There's nothing I could do.
What do you see him do?
I see him reaching his waistband.
Show us, if you could.
For me to stand up and show.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
He goes like this and pulls.
So you're indicating with his left hand, he's pulling his shirt up?
His hand was over here. I'm not sure if it's, I mean, it just, I seen this coming up. You know, I'm focused right on this,
What do you see?
the gun. I see a black gun coming out of his waistband.
Does he get it all the way out?
I don't believe he had it all the way out.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think so. I
Okay.
think he had it, I don't know, it was huge. The gun was huge. It was pulling it out, and I hear Tim, you know, it was showing my hand, and I heard pop, pop. And then he went down.
Is Tim out of the car at this point? Or is he shooting from inside the car?
I don't remember.
Okay. So, you made a comment, go ahead, relax. You made a comment that, the gun run, that as you were approaching, you had your weapon out too.
Yes.
All right, so you had it out of your holster?
Yes, sir.
It was in your lap?
It wasn't in my lap at my time. It was in my seat.
Okay, but it was out of the holster in your
Yes.
hand?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So then, as you're getting out, are you right, left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
All right, and you were able to put the car in a gear and,
I slammed it in the gear and grabbed I'm exiting the car.
okay,
The whole time I'm getting my gun on the suspect, so I had to be out of the car. I just had to be out of the car.
so did you take your weapon out after you put the car in park? And-
I took it from between my leg and the seat.
Okay, all right. And then you got out, you came around the end?
I came around the front of the car.
Okay.
Because
And
Tim
this-
was on this side, I came around the front. Because the kid was right there.
Okay. And as you come around, let me take you back real quick. When you hear Tim yelling, "Show me your hands, show me your hands," and he makes the motion to come back towards you guys, raises his shirt and this and that, is he saying anything?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. Alright. So now, the shooting's over, you're walking around the front of the car.
I think I run to the front until I get to the corner, or a jog to the corner of the car,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see him still moving with the gun close to him. I
Right, when
believe
you-
I still have my weapon on him.
Okay, when you say that, is he face down? Is he prone? Is he on his side?
I think he starts face down, and he's moving around. As I get closer, he turns over, and that's I approach more with my weapon on him.
And where's the gun at this point?
It is I guess it's close to his hand. It's, I don't know, 1.5 feet away from his hand.
Okay. Is it closer to his feet? Is it closer?
It's like by his knee.
Okay, so is it behind him?
It is, yeah. No, it's, he's laying here and then when he rolls, if he's on his back first, it's laying behind him. And then when he
Okay.
rolls, it's closer to his hands.
Okay, all right. So he rolled towards the east?
East, yes.
All right. And at that point is when you're still yelling for him to show his hands? Where is his hands at that point?
His hands are going in like this.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking there's another gun.
Okay.
Because as I run up, I kick the one out, and I still think there's another gun.
Is that why you have your weapon out?
Yeah, because I don't, I don't know what he's doing.
Where's your partner at this
My
point?
partner's behind his own car, facing the suspect.
Has he made any comments to you?
No, he says that he's still yelling, "Show me your hands."
What, I'm sorry?
He's still yelling at the kid, "Show me your hands." Yeah, show me your hands. Because the kid, we don't know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just still going at his shirt. And then when I kicked the gun and I realized when he lifted his shirt that there was no other weapons there, that he was just showing me the wound,
Okay.
then I knew I holstered my weapon.
Right. Okay. And at that point, you made a comment that you got on the air, you said shots fired.
Yeah, so
Okay.
shots.
Do you know when you did that? Was it after you had walked around the car, kicked the weapon out? If you remember.
I don't remember.
Okay. But you did make that.
I made
Let him know.
that call. Yeah.
Okay. And you asked for EMS several times to step it up,
Yeah.
and then at one point you said that you asked for fire.
I said, send fire, and they're across the street. I can see where they're at.
Okay. And you gave medical aid to him? All right. At any time did you guys handcuff him?
No, sir.
Okay. No handcuffs, didn't, other than rolling him at the, from the
The FBI
direction
agent.
from the EMT FBI agent is the only time that you actually touched him and then put the pressure on the
Yes.
wound? From your estimate, how far away was he from the car when you heard the shots fired?
12 feet.
Okay.
Around
Okay.
12 feet.
And he was coming at you guys?
He squared. He stopped moving northbound. And he just turned right at us.
And then he's walking towards you?
No, I don't remember him walking. I just remember him turning.
Okay. And again, he didn't say nothing?
No,
To you?
absolutely nothing.
All you could hear was Tim yelling,
Tim
"Show me
yelling,
your hands,
show me your hands, show me your hands,
And at
show me your
that
hands.
point, all right. I'm good at this point.
Good.
Henry?
Yeah, no
All
questions.
right.
All right, at this time, we'd like to take a written statement.
We'll just incorporate this as a written statement.
Okay. And if we could, just for the record, we started the interview about 12:20. I didn't mention at
That's
the
what I
beginning.
wrote down.
And if we could, this is for the advisement of his Garrity.
Frank, is there anything we're missing that you think we need to know? Okay.
I think we just.
So you want to end this, Rick?
The stop time is gonna be 12:44.